No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Yeah! Good morning and happy Sunday. Y'all ready? Yeah, let's stand, right? Yeah.
Sorry. You're good.
Sometimes we drift into the night like helpless sheep without a shepherd. And then it comes, we find a light, the love that brings us all together. Praise God, the face of God, the face of God is in my life. God is in my life. Praise of God, the face of God, the face of God is in my life. God is in my life. We wander on, we disbelieve the love of God that lives in you and me. Harassed and torn by earthly greed, we seek the Spirit that will set us free. The praise of God, the face of God, the face of God is in my life. God is in my life. The grace of God, the face of God, the face of God is in my life. God is in my life. There's not a place where we can go where God is not already waiting there. From mountain high to valley low, the miracle of love is everywhere. The grace of God, the face of God, the place of God is in my life. God is in my life. The grace of God, oh, the face of God, the place of God is in my life. God is in my life, is in my life. God is in my life.
Yeah!
Good morning, Unity Renaissance. Woo! And welcome to this beautiful Sunday morning. We know that there are plenty of places you could have been, but we're so grateful that you decided to be here with us this morning. And to all of our friends online, welcome and thank you for being with us. And we're sending love and light out to Reverend Paula and Reverend Richard while they're off on a much-deserved vacation. And if you will please join me in saying our vision statement. And it is a spiritually awakened world living in peace, love, and joy. And our mission here at Unity Renaissance is we transform lives that transform the world. And if you feel comfortable, if you'd like to close your eyes for just a brief minute while we do a prayer, just breathe and relax. Sweet Spirit, thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing us to be here in this sanctuary once again, in a place and space of peace and love and joy and happiness. We are so grateful for all the blessings that we have here and for everyone that crosses that door seal, because we truly are committed to transforming lives. We'd like to send out some special love and light today to the nation of Haiti and what they're experiencing and going through, to the nation of Afghanistan for all the people that are there and what they are going through. And we just want to say, Father, we thank you and for the gentle and loving reminder to be grateful for what we have and for living here in the good old USA. And we're just so grateful that we are able to reach out and to help others. And we say thank you for this awesome service that we're going to have today. And we ask that you just be present and listen and pick up some nuggets that might serve you later in life. And we once again say thank you, thank you, thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. And today, Unity Renaissance, we are in for a special treat. I know I say that every Sunday, but we are. This is really super special because we have a special guest this Sunday, and her name is Sue Riley. She is no stranger to Unity Renaissance. She comes every chance she gets. She is a phenomenal, amazing musician, and she works closely with our Reverend Richard with the Posse music. They produce, write, create positive music, and each year they have an award, and she plays a large part in that. So we're truly in for a treat today. So stay tuned, and you will be amazed.
Thank you. It's time to sing. Do you guys stand up or you stay seated? I don't know. Don't pay any attention to me. Lily and Boyd are trying to keep me on track. If you want to stand up, here we go. Thanks for your patience. If it's to be, if it's to be, whoa, if it's to be, it's up to me. That's your part, and here it comes again. If it's to be, if it's to be, whoa, if it's to be, it's up to me. If I seek the truth, awesome. Thank you.
And now we invite you to participate in our beautiful divinity salute. And of course, because of COVID protocol, you can just bow or wave to your neighbor. But the words are, the divine in me greets the divine in you as we serve and celebrate together for the glory of God.
Good morning, Unity Renaissance. It's so wonderful to see your beautiful smiling faces, and good morning to all of you who are joining us from home today. I'm Laurel Brooks, delighted to be your platform host, and thank you for the wonderful music. Our word for today is inspiration, so please join me in our affirmation. Together, I move in harmony with the creative flow of inspiration. Sometimes I feel inspired by the words of others. Sometimes I am inspired more by action. Today I take my inspiration from the story of Charles Fillmore, a businessman who marveled at his wife's complete healing from serious illness. This prompted him to embark upon an intense period of prayer and meditation and study that led to the founding of Unity in 1889, which has become a global spiritual community. I take this story to heart and find my inspiration in my feelings of awe and wonder, love, or even healthy curiosity. Feeling an awakening of inspiration within me, I center my awareness in God. Divinely inspired, I move in harmony with the creative flow that blesses the work of my mind, my heart, and my hands. Job, verse 8, chapter 32, but truly it is the Spirit in a mortal, the breath of the Almighty, that makes for understanding. If you would like prayer support today, we have two prayer chaplains, Deb and Shelley. If you will please stand. And they will meet you in the chapel after the service. Or you can fill out a card in the narthex, or you can sign up online. Thank you. And now, please join us for the Lord's Psalm.
This day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive those, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory
to give my heart that was a broken heart a brand new dawn. For when my moment comes, when my moment comes, like the phoenix I'll arise. When it comes, like a seal upon my heart, my sacred destiny, a brand new start. For when my moment comes, when my moment comes, like a phoenix I'll arise. When it comes, like the phoenix I'll arise. When it Thank you.
I have choices. I'll take the green one. Hi, everybody. Well, was that the wrong choice? Yeah. 50% chance. What an awesome team you guys have here. Boyd and Lily have learned all of my songs on the fly from 9:30 to 10. They're amazing. Tyler back there on the sound, thank you. I always feel so welcomed here, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here and that I had the courage to leave my house in Florida and fly here. That's all good, yeah. So thank you, Reverend Paula and Reverend Richard, for the invitation. So, my talk today is the new normal, because you know what? Everybody says, isn't it great that life can go back to normal? But normal is going to look different, I think. So anyway, when you watch the news and you look online, that's all they're saying. Oh, I can't wait till we go back to normal, till we can travel, till I can hug people. All of those things would be great. And you can do that now if you know the people, you know, cautiously. And I don't find that comforting, honestly. I was actually afraid to get on a plane to fly here. I considered driving till I saw it would take me forever. I'd probably still be driving. I wouldn't be here in time. And the flight takes forever too, I might add, but I don't have to navigate. So, you know, we've all had a really tough year and a half as a global community. It wasn't just one person having a rough time. We have all experienced something as a nation, as a human race, that has changed us. And now we've been given the all clear to go back to normal. And I want to ask myself, what does normal even look like anymore? My church went back to in-person services with Livestream, like you're doing here, May 30th of this year, just a few months ago. And after a year of Zooming, I could hardly remember how to do live church. I thought, wow, this shouldn't be hard. I've done this for 30 years. Why does it feel so unfamiliar, you know? And, I want to do some of the things that I used to do without being afraid. And I'm working on that, like we all are. When I reflect about this past year of being hyper-vigilant about germs, wiping everything down, keeping my hands off my face. Do you know it's amazing how many times we touch our faces? I was appalled, you know. And I want to touch it right now, just talking about it. Wiping down surfaces. You know, my hands are about to fall apart from hand sanitizer. Not getting on airplanes. I realize that I have gone an entire year, and I hate to jinx myself, but I have previously gone an entire year without a sinus infection or a cold. And I didn't know it could be as simple as not touching my face. So the thought of dashing into a group of people, shaking hands, flying on a plane, which I just did, which was packed, I might add, makes me nervous. I wiped it down, I wore a mask, I did all of the things you're supposed to do, but I'm still a little cautious, as we all should be. I have spent an entire year learning skills that I did not know I was capable of learning. I am used to having a tech team like you have. Someone that actually makes sure everything works, like Lily turned my mic on for me. That should be a no-brainer. You hit on and it works. I didn't see it. I had a 50% chance of grabbing the right mic. I didn't do that. So I'm used to a lot of tech support. When COVID started, I had to meet my tech support team in parking lots, socially distanced, to pick up the equipment that I needed to learn how to use, to even be able to Zoom without looking like I had, fallen off of another planet. There was a huge learning curve. And I'm grateful that I have enough brain capacity left, who knew, to learn it. And yes, it's a good thing, yeah. I've spent a year, like all of us have, relaxing at home, more or less, after I, bought 50 new cords and a USB mic and all the things that make you look like you're a human being in front of your piano. Cleaning off my table so it didn't look like I was hoarding things in my dining room. Because everybody can see your whole space on Livestream. It's very disconcerting. The first time I logged on, I thought, wow, really pathetic, really sad. I bought a screen now so I can hide everything. A year later, why didn't I do that first? Not a green screen, because if you move wrong on a green screen, your arms disappear. That looks weird too. This is just a normal screen that will stay there no matter what I do. So I wish that I could say in this past year that I have finished knitting a blanket that I've been working on. That's really optimistic because really the yarn is just sitting in a basket by my chair. And it has been sitting there for 10 years. Right, I'm glad that I don't need a lot of blankets in Florida. And I have ornaments, Christmas ornaments I like to paint. They've been sitting on my craft table for longer than we want to discuss. And, I didn't build a herb garden. I didn't paint the house. I didn't organize the garage, make a quilt. I did none of those things. I practiced self-care, which is very hard for me. I read books. I watched mindless TV. I took walks, socially distanced, in my neighborhood. And self-care. It's amazing. I have spent a year, like all of us have, practicing positive thinking under adverse conditions. And I'm telling you, if we can do that, we can do anything. We are very powerful. And so now that the news has proclaimed that we can go back to normal, I am a little skeptical. Because do I really want to return to my normal, which was racing from job to job, jumping on planes, driving somewhere, getting lost, stressed out of my mind, always racing from one thing to the next? Do I want to return to that? First of all, I would have to, like I said, remember how I used to do it. I didn't think I would be able to check in for my flight. How hard is it? Good grief, it's just an app. So I find myself mysteriously reluctant to leave my house. And on reflection, even though I feel like I was a sloth last year, sitting in my chair reading books, I think I've actually gotten a lot done now that I look at it, because I had to clean stuff up for people to be able to see into my house via Livestream. Since I couldn't use my regular excuse of not going to the gym because I didn't have time, since the gyms weren't open anyway, I had to actually do something. Walk around the block, go swimming when the pool opened. I've had to get rid of clutter on my to-do list for, 20 years. And I'd take something down and I'd say, oh, I may use that someday. I may wear that again if I can lose 10 pounds. Maybe that'll come back in style. And I just dust it off and put it back in its little space. And you know what? I still haven't touched it. It's still there, yes. So I was, like I said, I was very inspired to declutter my dining room table, which I use as my desk. I don't eat on it. What would the purpose of that be? And when I saw it the first time, because I'm live streaming from my grand piano, which is not real flexible. I can't just move it to a prettier space. And no matter how many candles and Buddha statues I put behind me, they could still see the mound of paper and books, and it was very humbling. So I did something about it. I actually packed up a bunch of stuff, and someday when Goodwill opens again, I'm going to bless someone with things that I no longer need and forgot that I owned. We've all had such a staggering lesson, and we're still going through it, of how interconnected we are as a family, as a human race, as the entire world. We are all interconnected. Everything each one of us does has an impact, not just on us, but on a lot of people. And in fact, while I was practicing this talk, my Alexa, I hope there's not one in here because it'll start talking to me, my little magical box that is the source of all information, perked up and said, human beings are one with all the elements of creation. I didn't know she knew that. I was very surprised. So today's news, or last week's news on NPR had an article about this very topic of, do you want to return to the way that things were? It says that people are leaving their jobs in record numbers, no longer willing to settle for long commutes, 50 to 60-hour work weeks, crowded cubicles. People are rethinking how they are valued, how they want their lives to be, where they want to live, who they want to be next to, who they want to spend quarantine with. That's a big one. And how they want to spend their precious and finite time. And they're making dramatic changes. Last year, I was given a glimpse of what life could be. I mean, I still didn't work on my hobbies, but I could have if I wanted to. I had enough time. And we've all been changed by this experience. And we crave a flexibility that we used to think wasn't possible. So if there's any gift from the pandemic, and I'm sure there are some, it's just we're a little close to see what they might be, it has allowed us time to think about what we really want. And it's given us the time, and we still have this time, to work on creating the life that we really want to live. So maybe each of us could ask ourselves this week, what can I do right now, this day, today, this week, to welcome in my new normal? What do I want to let go of? What do I want to bring into manifestation? What do I want to envision and bring to me? What do I want in my life? What do I want my life to be? Being home for an entire year, I have to admit that it's easy to get lazy. The Zoom only shows the top half of your body. You don't even have to wear shoes, You can wear pajama pants and a nice top. No one knows the difference, okay? You don't even have to comb your hair some mornings. And what can you do anyway, because the beauty salons weren't open. So it was let's just say it was a very creative year. My purple faded. I was distraught. Distraught. So I will say, though, after a month of being completely lazy and not getting dressed, only the top up, I was dressed, but not dressed well, I discovered that I felt differently. I wasn't as motivated. I felt lazy because I was lazy, and I didn't feel like I had a purpose. So I realized this is a tough lesson to know, that it's okay to have a veg day, but not a veg year. Veg year, nah. So now that I'm leaving the house again on limited excursions, I have to put on my A game, match things, put on makeup. And at least with my new walking routine from last year, my clothes still fit me. This is a bonus. Yeah. The truth is that all regular things require care. Everything requires care, from your pet to your plant to your house. Your house isn't living, but you're living in it, so it's good to take care of it. And myself requires care. And I've put self-care into my new normal. So I ask you what self-care might look like for you. What could you put into your new normal? Because experts, whoever they are, say that it takes only 21 days to make something into a habit. I'm still testing that theory. You actually have to go 21 days in a row, not just 21 random days in a year. It's not the same. So healthy eating. I had time to cook. I had beautiful recipe books of healthy, fun stuff that they've been sitting on my shelf for 10 years unopened. I just liked their cover. I actually opened some of them and cooked some of the food in there. And I was pleasantly surprised. It was fun. Portion control, no extra sodium, no additives that you can't pronounce. Time spent with family, creating together. It's good. I plan to continue my daily habit of walking and going outside, even in Florida, where it's been raining nonstop. Meditation. Meditation. I used to do yoga. I loved yoga. I've been doing some yoga online. It's not the same because there's no gong. I really only go for the gong. I want the relaxation and the gong, not the exercises are just like what I have to do to be allowed to have the gong. But still, I'm doing it. I had an MRI a few weeks ago. Those are really unpleasant. I discovered that it took every relaxation skill that I had, and some that I was surprised to know about, to even get through the 30-minute test. I don't ever want to have another one. I counted backwards from 100 by sevens, deep breathing, yogic breathing, chanting, meditation, panic attack prayers. One-stop shopping, the MRI brings it all into manifestation. I want to keep my mind sharp by doing things like crossword puzzles instead of, watching the news all the time, which doesn't necessarily keep you as sharp as you could be. Depressed, perhaps, but not sharp. Instead of wishing I could play the guitar, which I still can't do, I might add. I own one. That almost counts. I own 5, actually, and a ukulele. I actually started taking online lessons. And now if I take the guitar out of the case and practice, there is a hope that I will be able to play it near soon. I'm journaling. I've started taking an online creative nonfiction course, which comes with homework and reading, and I love it. It's like being in college with 4 people in your class and expectations. Very fun. I'm signing up again. I want to keep living in gratitude. What about you guys? Don't you feel better when you're grateful? Like the year's been tough, but we made it through it. We're all here. We learned new things. We were adaptable. We were able to get through it. And I know that there's a lot of fear around. I still feel it. But fear can take your breath away, and so can beauty. And I myself would rather have my breath taken away with beauty rather than fear. So what would you like to be different in your life now that your new normal has arrived? What would you like to add? It's a perfect time to learn a new skill, because everything is taught online. Everything. You could learn a new skill, a new hobby, a new craft. You could adopt an animal from the pound that's looking for a beautiful forever home. There's YouTube videos about everything. My green screen, which I decided not to use after I moved my arm once and it completely disappeared, I had to watch a YouTube video more than once to get it back in its little carrying case. They don't just fold up. They're made of metal. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, "The earth laughs in colors." If you look at a beautiful meadow of flowers, it does not contain gray and muted colors. So a person who chooses to live mindfully and joyfully chooses their colors from a wide palette for the work of art that is their life. What if you thought of your life as a work of art? A work of art. Things that you are sent here to do that only you can do. Armed with my newly established habits that can go awry at the slightest thing of self-care, I want to be mindful about what I let into my life, what I let steal my joy, and what I focus on. While other people and pets can contribute to my joy and happiness, they can't create it. That's an inside job. So I'm going to give you a little affirmation here, and I'm going to say it once, and then you're going to repeat it with me. Isn't that fun? I am responsible for I have braces now, I can hardly talk. Yeah, that's a new joy, isn't it? Braces, unbelievable. I am responsible for my own happiness. I am responsible for my own happiness. Adapting a meditation practice is not about just sitting still and thinking about your grocery list. It's actually about letting your mind be quiet. I vow to remain present in the moment. Together, I vow to remain present in the moment. Mindfulness and being peaceful is not about telling myself stories to make myself feel better. I am open to the truth of my being every step of the way. I am open to the truth of my being every step of the way. Being prepared for my new normal is not being annoyed that my dog needs to go out when I'm trying to meditate. I chose the dog, I must love the dog, and I must care for the dog. It all comes together. I am grateful for companionship in my life. I am grateful for companionship in my life. I am grateful for everything that I have chosen to have in my life, my friends, my job, my surroundings. I choose, I love. I bless what I have chosen to do and treat the things and people around me with care. I bless what I have chosen to do and treat the people and things around me with care. I allow myself time to unwind before going to sleep without watching disturbing TV or even the news. Instead, I relax, I meditate, I do peaceful breathing, I practice gratitude for another beautiful day. I am nurturing my body and soul with serenity. I am nurturing my body and soul with serenity. I remember that it is the light that I long for, not the clouds that I care for. I am focused on the light of my being. I am focused on the light of my being. In other words, though your activities in your life may remain the same, it's the way that you view them, the gratitude that you're able to even do them, that changes everything. Norman Vincent Peale says, change your thoughts and you change your world. I want to be aware of what I am saying to myself every day. Am I showing gratitude for my life and my home and my friends? Or do I focus on what isn't going the way I had hoped? I will tell you that last year when the pandemic started, as a musician who makes her entire living by playing at churches and traveling around, and in one instant, my entire year was cleared of income earning activities. It's easy to go to a place of fear. And I sat there for an entire day. I wasn't getting anywhere, however. Then I discovered that I could learn a new skill, which almost had to put me in online therapy. But I learned the new skill of being online. And we can all adapt. So I don't want to stay in fear. Fear is not a good place to live. Fear, and I don't want to say to myself things that make me embrace fear or make me feel less than. So none of us know what the future is going to bring, or even really what tomorrow is going to bring. But as the spiritual beings, as each of us are spiritual beings, what I do know is that each and every one of us will rise from the ashes of this past year stronger and better than before. The song I started with, When My Moment Comes, is from the 12 Women of the Chalice. It's the story of Tamar. The 12 Women of the Chalice is a 12 Powers CD and book based on Charles Fillmore's 12 Powers of Man, interpreted through the divine feminine. And each of the women in the stories and songs has a speaking part in the Bible and are in the genealogy of Jesus. So Tamar stood at a crossroads with lots of courage to claim what she knew was hers. So what are we claiming this year that we know is ours to do, ours to bring into our life, ours to claim as our new normal? The beauty that we can have surrounding us just by focusing on that instead of the clouds or the fear that are also all around us. So love is a healing power. We all know that. And the mind of enlightenment is a mind of love. And myself, I would like my new normal to be creative, empowering, loving, flexible, enlightening, calming, and filled with gratitude. How about you? I'm going to end. I have to move back to my other space over here. I have 2 hats today. And end with a song that I wrote on the telephone with Reverend Richard and Harold Payne. And it expresses the joy and the beauty of everything that's around us if we raise our eyes up just to look around. Thank you for listening. This chair moves a lot. Talk amongst yourselves.
So how was your week?
I was going to
Yeah?
say that wasn't much conversation. All right, silence. Thank you. An ordinary day in an ordinary life. There's beauty all around me. Sometimes all I see is black and white. I'm going through the motions. Life's just passing by. Drifting on a daydream, wishing I'd wake up from this emptiness inside. But there are moments when magic happens unexpectedly. There are moments, precious moments, when the wonder of the world is all I see. The first breath of the morning, whispers in my ears, you've got it all inside you. Will you know it in your heart when it appears? For there are moments
But there are moments when magic happens unexpectedly. There are moments, precious moments, when the wonder of this world is all I see. There are moments.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sue. That
Thank you.
was phenomenal. Your message, the new normal, and your music. So thank you so much.
Is it meditation? Thank you. You're welcome.
And now we come to the part of our service where you can very freely participate, and that is with the love offering. To donate, you may use your smartphone, and you can text GIVE to
540-418-1228. Text now. Jazzy.
I love that one. You may also use the, as we call it, the old-fashioned method. If you want to write a check, we have a basket in the back. Please feel free to do that and leave it in the back. Or you can use the Tithely app and make a donation there. And we want you to know that we appreciate every single dollar that you donate to Unity Renaissance, and it's all being used for a great cause. And now, if you will join me in our offertory blessing, and it is divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Giving is giving back to you. Giving is giving back to you. Giving is giving back to you. Press down, shaking together, running over. Back in good measure is giving back to you.
We're going to do a little meditating. Why not? So I invite you to make yourselves comfortable. As we invite peace to return to us. When I'm feeling far from home, peace return to me. In the chaos of the storm, peace return to me. When I feel I'm all alone, peace return to me. When it seems I can't go on, peace return to me. Peace be still.
Peace be still.
Peace be still.
Peace be still.
In the heart of everything. Peace be still.
Peace be still.
Peace be still. Peace return to me. And in this beautiful space, as we breathe together in the peace and serenity of this beautiful space around us, we breathe in wisdom, we breathe out anxiety and fear. We breathe in serenity and wisdom and joy. And we breathe out fear. Breathe out fear and anxiety. We know that we are enough, that we are capable of change, that we are stronger than we knew. And we tap into the wisdom and flow of the universal mind, the voice of God, always with us, when we slow down and listen. When we listen to that still small voice within, our intuition, our hearts. And we bring our awareness back to this beautiful space as we continue to flow, breathing in and out, breathing in serenity and peace, breathing out anxiety and fear. When I feel I'm not enough, peace return to me. When I'm ruled by fear and not by love, peace return to me. When forgiveness can't be found, peace return to me. When I'm standing here on shaky ground, peace return to me. Peace be still.
Peace be still.
Peace be still.
Peace be still.
In the heart of everything. Peace be still.
Peace be still.
Peace be still.
Peace be still.
Peace return to me. Peace return to me.
And now we would like to extend an invitation to all of you who are visiting with us today. If it's your first, second, or third time, if you could please indicate the number of times, as we have a special gift for you. So if you would please raise your hand. If you could please, thank you. If you could please raise your hand indicating the number of fingers, we have our ushers who will come around and bring you a gift.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, thank you to all who are here today. And
After our service today in the narthex, our youth ed is providing us with refreshments of homemade cookies and iced coffee, so please join us. And mark your calendar for next Sunday, which will be Watermelon Sunday, provided by our music team.
And also, you keep hearing about our new app, our new app, our new app. Well, if you haven't downloaded it yet, please do so. There is so much you can do with our Unity Renaissance app. You can keep up with current events and activities that are going on here at the church. You can receive notifications of news or updates. You can easily watch the Sunday services. You don't have to go and type in the www and do all that. Just go to our app. And also, you can pull up any video of a previous service. You can get the video or audio service, and you can share them with your family and friends. And you can also make direct donations and many more things. So if you haven't downloaded our app, please do so.
And for the rest of the month, we are holding a elementary school supply drive. So please bring your donations for Thorogood Elementary School and leave them in the narthex. There will be bags located for you. These are very much appreciated. Thank you.
And also, we are having yoga here at Unity Renaissance with Katie Cook. And I know there are plenty of people who love taking yoga, and she's inviting you to come out and participate. It is a transition of the body, mind, and spirit, incorporating everything together, just helping you to live and feel more peaceful. And these classes will take place on Thursdays at 4 in the afternoon. We're going to start on September the 2nd, and a love offering is suggested but not required.
And we are bookending our summer with the Mighty Men of Unity sponsoring a Unity Renaissance barbecue. Remember the one we had Memorial Day weekend outside with the music team? We're going to have a rerun of that, so bring your song titles for the music team to play. It will be on Friday, September 3rd, 7 o'clock. Please bring your family, $5 per person. Thank you. Be there.
And last but not least, our September Higher Consciousness film is called Milton's Secret. And it's going to be shown at 7 p.m. September the 10th. And that is because of Labor Day. So we're rescheduling it September the 10th. And this is based on Eckhart Tolle novel. So it's guaranteed to bring some insight, and then we will, of course, we'll have a discussion, and then we always have popcorn and water, and the main thing, it's free. So come out on Friday the 10th to see Milton's Secret with us. And now comes the part of our service that we really love because our kids are back. Let's stand and welcome our kids in.
Good morning, Unity Renaissance. Hi, and what a beautiful group of students we have today. Right now, this class right over here, the two students of Miss Linda Tucci, are kindergarten through first grade. And is there anyone that would like to share today what took place in kindergarten? Oh, okay.
We read a book, and the book was about a worry.
A worry? Oh, did we? Okay. So I think one of the things that you learned about that if we don't share or pray about it or talk about it, does that worry get bigger and bigger and bigger? Yes, it does. Okay. And, I'm sorry, excuse me. Audrey, Did you? Okay. Oh, okay. We'll share that later. Right now, here we have our kindergarten class. It's our two teachers, Megan and Miss Grace. Right over here we have Ella and second grade through fifth grade. Who would like to share the highlight of your class?
Our affirmation today was, I trust God to guide me.
Thank you. Thank you. And way back yonder over there, we got our uniteens. By the way, they were here yesterday afternoon in our brand new kitchen baking yummy-licious cookies. So be sure to partake for Sizzling Sunday. Who would like to share in the uniteens? Step forward, please.
We looked in a mirror today to see how we were feeling and what our expressions were.
Thank you, Isaiah and Jeremiah.
I was saying, we made homemade cookies yesterday, and we have nice coffee in the fellowship hall. So please come out there and help us out. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Okay, and with that, did anyone else want to share? Okay, we've covered it all. And with that, I'm going to ask that we go ahead and go into our prayer for protection.
The light of
God
God
surrounds us.
The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
And before I play the peace song, I just want to let you know that Empower is having a sale on their compilation CDs, and I brought some with me so that you don't have to do it online. So for $10, you get 4 CDs. So buy 2, you get 2. Great Christmas gifts, just saying. Okay.
So Sue has a table out in the narthex. Please visit it. There's lots more than just music.
Thank you so much for all your help.